a lot of conversations, but
That's what she said.
absolutely. And we are live.
With
Welcome
that,
back to another episode of the Baseline Bums podcast. It's your host, Rob, aka B-Ball Archives. And once again, I got the bums in the house. AJ James, thanks for joining me this evening. We got a lot of fun Spurs stuff to get to. We are playing well, smack dab. We are right in the middle of the West, right in the middle of the hunt. And I love what we're seeing. Even with no Wemby, even with no Castle, Dylan Harper coming back tonight. That's very exciting. A lot of good Spurs stuff to get to. But I want to know, how are you guys doing this evening?
I'm bumming it.
We're bumming it.
Trying to get to Thanksgiving, dog. I
Yep.
mean, I am ready for Thanksgiving. I'm excited about turkey. I'm excited about the dressings. I'm excited about all the sides. I'm really excited about football too. So, but before we get there, there's basketball to talk about.
What you know about that dog show?
Oh yeah, the dog show too.
Dude,
Man,
that is.
does anyone else also get excited when like you see your breed of dog and you're like, that should win?
Well, I mean,
Yes,
you're biased. I mean, it's your home team.
Okay, I don't understand how this is America and the lab never wins the dog show. Ever.
That
We do-
WP dog can't have it all the time.
Right. We don't want to be racist. No, I'm just kidding.
But every time I see an Australian cattle dog, I'm like, should win. Look at his butt, clean.
Yeah, that's a good boy right there. But yeah, you are absolutely correct. That's good fun. But we absolutely have got some Spurs basketball to get to. We're coming at you pre-game. We play the Portland Trailblazers here in about an hour. But our most recent
is it still the Trailblazers,
game,
or are they like the Gamblers now or something?
I
The
don't know.
mafiosos.
Yeah, they're the Portland Poker Nights. But yeah, I mean, we recently fell again to the Phoenix Suns. It seems like they kind of just have our number this year. Second loss to them. Just going back to the Phoenix game, our most recent game, like what were you guys seeing when we're looking at that game?
It felt not entirely dissimilar, at least in the second half of the first game they played against Phoenix. They were just hitting everything, and the turnovers just killed the Spurs.
Yeah, man. You can't have a guy like Kelly Olynyk have 4 turnovers. Like that's just spelling disaster. And it's not, man, it's just one of those teams. I just think the Suns are just one of those teams that no matter what, maybe they just like the big old target on our back or something, but we just don't match up well, I guess. But once again, I'm reminded every time I see this motherfucker, Dylan Brooks sucks. I hate Dylan Brooks so much. Good Lord, man. I'm so annoyed with this guy at this point, but I mean, he's just one of those guys. Like if he was on our team, I'd be like, Dylan Brooks should get a multi-year contract after this season for sure.
Well, the thing is, the team kind of takes on his energy. I don't know if I've seen a team in the league that consistently plays harder than the Suns. They punch above their weight because of their effort.
Right. And I'm glad you said that, James, because that leads to them getting a lot of extra possessions when you talk about, putting in that effort, forcing turnovers, getting those hustle rebounds. Like they shot 20 more shots than us. We shot 77, they shot 97. Right. You're just never going to win when they have that many more opportunities. Turnover margin was 19-6. It's like that's just never going to be a recipe for winning.
6 turnovers in an entire game.
I know.
That's a well-played game.
That's a really clean game. It's just I at this point I just don't think it's a great matchup for us, and I'm really hoping that Phoenix doesn't stay in that, that's I hate to say it, but 6, 7, 8 range.
But it also makes you think also, what if that trade for Mark Williams went through? You're like, that would be interesting to see because he was going to be traded to the Lakers, right?
Yeah, he was.
Like, here's the thing about the Suns, though. This high effort, high intensity kind of winning in the margins, that works in the regular season. That doesn't
Yeah.
really work in the playoffs too much.
That's true. I mean, usually you need more of a closing brand of basketball rather than just kind of relying on
You need more than Devin Booker
right.
in today's
Yeah.
West.
For sure.
Yeah. But ultimately, if you're playing the way we did, then you may not, because we were not moving the ball well. In fact, I can't remember a time where I saw a Spurs game where no one had more than 3 assists. It just
Well, I
really
think
felt
that.
like
Sorry,
it,
go ahead.
no, it just really felt like no one was being that distribution hub that we need. And there was times where I really wanted someone to step up and do that, and yeah, it just didn't happen.
I
I
think
think
playing that poorly against
wasn't the stat like 393 games of a 20 plus assists was broken in that
wow,
Suns game? I think that's what it was.
That's
hadn't seen
crazy.
that.
Like
Yeah.
we have like the most consecutive games with 20 plus assists, and it got broken, to your point, because we weren't moving the ball.
Well, and playing that poorly now twice against that kind of high effort team does highlight a little bit of a concern, right? Going forward with the Spurs. We've learned a couple of things. They're better than we thought they would be just in general, but they have 5 losses and 4 of them are to 2 teams.
Right.
So,
Ultimately, yeah, the variety of teams that can beat us isn't that robust. It's where we're losing to similarly archetyped teams. And so I don't think that's as troubling, but still, I would love to be able to beat a team on the caliber of the Suns, because I think we're better than them, especially when we're healthy.
Absolutely.
talent wise, we absolutely should be.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we're just not the same without Wemby, and I just notice it even with defensive communication.
Of
Like
course.
there was one inbounds play where the Suns were bringing it in the third quarter, and Royce O'Neal was the he was throwing in the ball, just threw it in real quick, and then was able to take 2 steps in and then catch, reposition, shoot, and
The
then
Robert Ory special.
right. It's just an easy knockdown bucket. That should be a closeout, but Harrison Barnes was late getting out there. And I can't help but think that wasn't where Harrison was supposed to be in the first place. And he was just kind of saying, crap, no one's out there. And he was late closing out, and it led to an easy 3-point bucket in the third quarter that kind of got away from us. So
Oh, no way.
right.
Well, and then that's where you see the impact of a guy like Steph Castle and Dylan Harper not being in the game, is because that perimeter communication isn't up to snuff either. You don't have the quarterback, but you also don't have the linebacker there either.
The Jacob Rodriguez.
The
Without the mustache.
Heisman candidate.
The Heisman Jacob Rodriguez.
L Heisman to you.
I love it. I
With a
love
J.
If I
the
end up going to the Big
propaganda.
12 championship, I'm rocking a mustache. If I go to the Big 12, I'm just going to rock a mustache for that game.
God, dude, I don't even want to
100%.
think about how expensive tickets to a game like that would be.
Oh man.
I might have a hook up.
You can't. I looked it up a couple of days after the pre-sale. You can't get into the George Strait show in Lubbock either night for less than $400.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
makes sense.
I
It's
mean,
George Strait, dude.
It
You gotta
does
drop
make
that kind of
sense.
money for George Strait.
He's a legend, but you know what? I've seen him so many times at the rodeo. I'm good on George Strait, but at the same time,
You're more on George Gay.
burn on me.
Couldn't help it.
Yeah.
Softball.
But one
Oh.
thing, just shifting back to Spurs basketball real quick. One thing I have been seeing over the past few games, the 4 games without Wemby, pretty much, Fox has been stepping up.
Absolutely.
Like De'Aaron Fox looks like he's ready to take on those stretches without a lot of our key guys in the lineup. 26 and a half a game, 6.5 dimes, a little over 3 boards, a steal and a half, 52, 42, 78 splits. Like that's pretty solid when we're talking about a guard and his shooting style and shooting over 65% true shooting. That's solid.
He's been shooting well from the perimeter. He's on pace for a career year from beyond the arc, I believe.
Absolutely.
And if that can hold up, that's a big deal going forward when you don't anticipate getting that much shooting from Castle and Harper.
Right.
Mhm.
Because all of a sudden he is your ideal off-ball candidate, and you can run Castle at the 1 and then literally have De'Aaron Fox catch and shoot. Wemby gets collapsed on, De'Aaron Fox in the corner. All of a sudden, that's not a 30% shot anymore. That's 42%. And it's
Right.
helping us win a lot of games.
Or you have Harper running the 1. And like you could play Steph Castle is big enough. You can play him at the 3 for stretches.
Ooh.
You really
that'd be
can.
fun.
You could, but I feel like it would almost have to be a double big lineup in order to do that. Like you would need some good size down there. Like I would need somebody bigger than Sohan at the 4 for that.
That's what a healthy
Potentially.
Wemby affords you to do, though, because you can kind of take that you can hybridize almost a small ball and a big lineup because you just have Wemby who shuts off half the floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I'll be interested when everybody's healthy to see if those 3 guys can play together at all.
For sure. But also shout out to DJG, man. Like we talked about it over the summer. After summer league, we're like, when some of the players go down, this guy could step up and just be a bucket. And he played well, not so much against Phoenix, but the game before that did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, going back to that Hawks game, he dropped 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and I think he was like 72% from the field, and that was
a couple steals.
He's confident,
right? I mean, and yeah, I'm just looking at his stats right now. All of that in 19 minutes, and finished with a team best plus 25. And so we're looking at a guy that can really impact the game in a small amount of time. And when we're needing these guys to play 15 minutes off the bench every now and then, I really like DJG.
Yeah, I mean,
or if Mitch Johnson just in one of those moves like Pop used to do, and just be like, no one can hit a shot. DJG just go out there, and then all of a sudden he just becomes the hero.
Is for. That's what November, December is for. If someone's going to step up and join the rotation that we didn't expect, it's now is the time to make your case.
For sure.
Y'all remember when Danny Green became a regular in the rotation?
Mm-hmm.
It's because he could guard Monte Ellis and no one else could.
That's
Monte Ellis.
That's a great point. A very good scorer in isolation, very quick, could get his own shot. Like, I mean, an absolute menace when we're talking about undersized guards. Like, but also I remember just Monte Ellis just kind of, getting punked a little bit because he just was like, I should be getting the ball, not Steph Curry, and everyone was like,
but he always killed the Spurs.
Oof.
He always whether he was in Golden State or in Dallas, he killed the Spurs.
He did. He was a good scorer.
A lot of those players happened.
We all know the infamous Spur killers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
I think this team so far has overachieved maybe a little bit. And that's so promising because they haven't been healthy yet. We have yet to see them play a full game healthy.
Yeah. And even then, it's like we need health, and then we need time to gel together with that health, because this is the first time we're seeing Dylan Harper and Fox play competitive basketball together in general. And you don't share a backcourt together and understand how people need the ball and where, and all their spaces.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it's if it takes till mid-February around and we're still talking about this team gelling during All-Star break and then ramping up.
Trip.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise
me. That's what the rodeo road
trip
is for. The rodeo road trip is for that kind of coalescing, gelling. Right? That's what we always used it for.
But it's not matter anymore. It's not going to matter anymore. It's not going to matter.
Because there will be no rodeo road trip.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
So annoyed with the rodeo road.
What do y'all think about the play of Carter Bryant over this 4-game stretch?
I mean,
happy birthday to Carter Bryant, by the way.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
What is he, 20?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
your 20s? No.
Too young to drink, but I mean, I think that I mean, just going back to last game, there was a couple of moments where he had a couple nice drives, and it
Mhm.
looked like his just willingness to be an open catch and shoot guy was looked a little bit more evident, where he was just looked like he was kind of, you know, I remember watching his body language a couple of games back, a few games back, and he was a little hesitant to catch it and then just be ready to shoot. And then he had a
Mhm.
corner three last game against
Corner
Phoenix where
three.
he was just like, I'm ready to shoot, and then give me that ball. And then that to me is a confidence thing. And so I'm seeing that confidence click.
I think to your point,
Absolutely.
Rob, on confidence, that's going to really, I think he's going to go down to Austin and have a massive usage rate. And that confidence can really blossom, I think. And it's not an insult to say he could really use some G League time, just because I think he could just use time to play and be the creator on offense and really kind of unlock some of his game at a higher level. I've been excited to see his willingness and confidence grow. And I think with a year and some seasoning in Austin, that could be your Jeremy Sohan replacement if need be.
Yes,
That's what I said in the preseason.
Yeah, and I
absolutely.
think that's why he was potentially drafted. Now there's a world where both of them can coexist on a roster together, but
Yeah.
you know, we'll see.
Yeah. Ultimately, like one of them has to emerge as a league average 3-point shooter while
That's the
still
key.
being, yeah, while still being a multi-position defender. And then whoever does that, boom, you're going to be able to coexist next to Wemby very easily.
I feel in the last game in particular, Sohan's rebounding is just not there. It seems like he just doesn't know how the ball's coming off the rim, or maybe he's hesitant, but he also jumps way too early at times, or it just gets boxed out. So I'm curious to see him get better, because right now I don't know what's going on with him.
Because it's been there in the past. He's been pretty consistent at about 6 rebounds a game throughout his career. And that's really, I mean, all we need from him.
Yeah,
But to your
of
point, we
course.
haven't been getting that.
I mean,
right.
it's also just like that. It just seems like when the ball's coming off the rim, he just doesn't know what to do, or maybe he needs contacts, man. I don't know. Maybe he can't see it.
I
Dude,
think his confidence is just kind of all over the place, and
Yeah,
that affects
I might
him.
have started that. I'm sorry, my bad.
well, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's starting with his defense, and he's not able to move as quickly as he was from previous years. And I don't know if that's just him kind of working his way back from injury, and he's still getting into
Right.
shape.
I'm still
But
worried about that Achilles.
I am too. But what I'm seeing is he's just reaching so much more, and he's slapping down, and
Mhm.
he's getting he's getting just easy to call dumb fouls, and that's why he's playing a lot less time, but he's fouling people at a career high rate.
Yeah, and it's a shame because it's you see it on the offensive end. He's not consistent. He'll have a great game, and then the next game he's MIA. And I think that's kind of hand in hand what you're talking about there on the defensive end.
Yeah. But we get Dylan Harper tonight,
That's
and
so exciting.
I mean, what are you guys most excited for tonight to see Dylan Harper do?
I
Play
mean,
with the Aaron Fox.
yes. I mean, we need our current all-star level guard to shed some of that juju and some of that greatness
Ah,
onto our to you know our all NBA level guard, because I think that Dylan Harper is going to surpass what De'Aaron Fox is right now. Like
I mean, he
there's
should. That's why we drafted him number 2.
yes,
God,
there's no doubt in my mind.
I'm
He
so
will
excited
be.
to see him take it to the bucket. Like, I'm just so excited. The way he finds those small windows, like I don't know how he does it, because you're like, there's no way he's gonna get anything off, and you're like, where did that come from?
I
So
don't know
I'm
how much
excited
he
to see that
plays
again.
tonight, though. I mean, I haven't heard anything about a minutes restriction, but
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be
mean,
shocked.
That's true. Just because you're available doesn't mean that you're going to be, back at it in full capacity. So I think if he plays 15 minutes and, it really only goes out there and, select second unit
Yeah.
Sure.
lineups, it wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me. It'd be
What do you
very
guys
Spursy.
What are
Yeah.
you guys most nervous for with these Portland Trailblazers?
To be honest, I don't really know much about them right now.
I I mean, they just have a lot of really long athletes. Like I look at like guys they re-signed like Kamara, like Tamani Kamara, like
Mhm.
he's a really long like athlete. I actually put him in that
Grant's a
category
stud.
of yeah, absolutely. Like he's like in that in that category of like top 10 defenders, point of attack defenders in the league. So he's one of those guys that could be a guy that could frustrate Wemby if he's trying to put the ball on the floor and he's just long enough to where he can get some of those steals on him, and that
Yeah,
seems to be a lot of the recipe for how to beat us. I mean, I know we don't have Wemby tonight, but it's defenders like that usually give us trouble.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm
It'll be
I'm most
no,
worried
it'll be
about
interesting to
Tiago
see.
Splitter, dog. Tiago Splitter is he's the coach. I think I saw his record is like 14-1 against the Spurs, like as an assistant. So like I'm a little nervous about Tiago Splitter. Man, if he gets this team to the play-in or to a playoff, I don't know if he will or not, but the way that they've been playing for him has been fantastic. Because they weren't expecting to have this coach this early in the season.
Yeah. And he's cerebral. He
Yeah.
knows what winning basketball looks like.
But he also knew Pop. Maybe that was why his record as an assistant was so good against the Spurs. It was against Pop, not against Mitch.
Dude, you mentioned frosted tips, like way past frosted tips prime too. And it's like, buddy, what are we doing? And then like just the infamous Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith debate.
Tiago Splitter.
And Skip would be like, he's the best screen setter in the NBA. And Stephen A is like, why the hell does that matter, Skip?
And what was so funny is he was not the best screen setter in the NBA. Like, not even close. Like, I wouldn't even put him a top 20 screen setter in the NBA. Actually, he set fairly soft screens, I would
He
say.
rolled well, but he didn't screen well.
He did not screen well. Oh my goodness.
But like all the things
he had
such a
he had such a short prime because like in 2014 his role on that team was so underrated with when they went through the playoffs and he guarded Dirk, LaMarcus, and Serge Ibaka in consecutive series. Like his defensive effort in 2014 in that playoff run was pretty great, and nobody really talks about it.
Right. He needed to rise to the occasion. I agree, AJ. This is the time and the place.
Honestly, Rob, 5-minute mini doc, Tiago Splitter defense playoffs 2014.
Dude,
Boom.
let's dive on
James.
in.
That's why you're part of this podcast.
All right, I'm adding the notes. Tiago Splitter mini doc coming in hot.
You could also throw in footage from the 2010 World Championships when he shut down Lamar Odom for like a half.
I like it.
Dude, he was just the finesse big man down low. Like very rarely did he ever dunk it, but you knew if he got the ball, it was probably going to go in, unless it was against.
Annoyingly rarely would he ever dunk it.
Yeah,
right. But I mean, low key, he was consistently playing 20-something minutes on a team that was winning insane amounts of basketball games.
When LeBron blocked that shot in Game 2 of the Finals, it made no sense because he tried to dunk it from the fucking free throw line. He never dunked the ball ever.
So stupid. Oh my goodness! But you know what? I'm glad to see his basketball mind still being put to use in Portland.
I am glad he's having success. No one really thought that team was going to amount to much this year. So.
Yeah, I'm just really glad his poker mind wasn't being used. So
Right. Yeah,
Too many
I'm glad.
poker minds were being used.
Right, I'm glad he wasn't invited to those games.
But
Um,
I guess we have Thanksgiving tomorrow, and then we have the Nuggets on Friday.
yes.
Nuggets and Wolves to close out the month on the
Man,
road.
it was going to be a really good Wemby Jokic matchup. I
Yep.
was very excited to see what I feel like are the two best centers, and I feel like
course.
we're all talking about it. Like they're the two best centers in the NBA going head to head.
Yeah.
You know, that would have
And
been
then
must
Wemby
see
and Ant.
TV.
Yeah, Wemby and Ant too.
Yep.
So, but the T Wolves, I mean, you look at that game as maybe one that you can get the way they've been playing.
They're
the start of
so
this
up
year.
and down.
So
They're so up and down.
I feel okay about trading that Rob Dillingham draft rights for that 2031 unprotected pick at this point.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the highlights on Twitter of the dude in the class of 2031? This guy looks like a monster. Of course,
Yes, he's a
of course,
seventh grader.
he's a
in
seventh grader.
Texas. He's in Texas, and
Bro.
he
But
looks
this
like
guy, I'm like,
he
yo,
looks-
this is why we do that trade.
it reminds me of the dude in the movie Benchwarmers where he hands him the paper with $100 bill and it just says I am 12 in green crayon.
Yes.
He has papers.
You're right. I was about to say, get that kid's birth certificate because that kid looks like he's got 2 kids and a mortgage.
Danny Altamonte out here striking
Right.
out kids at the Little League World Series being like 17.
But I saw that and I was like, RC Buford, you son of a bitch.
I see the vision. I see the vision. That's Senior Fleece at work right there, baby.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I love the internet, man. Sometimes it's awesome.
That's great.
But
But yeah,
that Nuggets game, I'm a little nervous about because, you kind of wonder like how locked in are they going to be Thanksgiving? You're not going to be with your family. Probably you're probably going to do it at some kind of restaurant. It's probably just going to be steaks more than likely, which is fine. So, it kind of throws you off your rhythm a little bit. You're not participating in what everyone else is doing. So I'm kind of curious to see how they come off of that as a group. They're hopefully it's a bonding experience and they come out and all of a sudden we shock the Nuggets. I'll put $10 on it, see what happens.
yeah. I
at the end of the day,
I think
it's
the Nuggets
November
are
28th or whatever.
right. I think the Nuggets look good, but Christian Brown is banged up. Cam Johnson isn't really adapting to his role over there as well as people thought he was. I mean, I think there's opportunity for us to sneak and
Sure.
get a W there potentially.
But when you got a guy averaging 30, 14 and 11,
I know he's
Pretty
gonna
hard to
take his
contend
time.
with.
he's
Continue
gonna
to
crush.
but
The quarter horse in the room.
Yeah,
But actually, going back to the Trailblazers real quick, guys, I actually have a blind ranking for you, if you don't mind.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right. So blind rank these 5 former Spurs and Blazer players.
Okay.
And it's whatever you think. Whatever you think
And-
the blind rank should be, you can rate them however you want. So just use your judgment on that. No parameters from my end.
Okay.
So blind rank these Spurs Blazers players. Terry Porter, 1 through 5.
Are we
And-
doing like their tenure? What are we basing
I
this
said
on?
whatever. Okay. James. You did not listen, did you?
Are we
I said-
working together?
You can work together. Yes.
Okay.
Terry Porter. So
1 through 5.
Honestly, I fuck with Terry Porter.
I do too. His prime was before my time.
Right.
So
But his championship was in our time.
Yes.
was he on the 99 team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
I mean, I think Terry Porter's safe at about 3, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to put him right in the middle because I don't know what's yet to come.
Yeah. Okay. Terry Porter 3.
I will say this. Spoiler alert. It's not who you think is going to be on these lists.
Okay. I'm ready for Mang Batir.
I don't know
Antonio
why.
Daniels.
Oh,
Shit.
bruh. I gotta put
He's got to be below Terry Porter though. Like
bro. Because I I saw Antonio Daniels hoop in person at Home Court America. I gotta put him
Yeah.
at 1.
It's like he was always at University Bowl, dog.
Bro, he
He was
was
always at HEB in Leon Springs. I checked his groceries so many times.
oh my goodness. Honestly, for that alone, he's so San Antonio. We got to put him at
Yeah.
1.
Okay, we could put him at 1.
Antonio Daniels at 1. I like it.
Yes.
Same reason Avery Johnson's jersey's in the rafters, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Zach Collins.
5.
5. Yes, 5.
That's only because it's 1 through 5. If it was lower, I'd put him lower.
Yeah.
Drew Eubanks.
Oh.
Drew Banks.
I mean, I think he's a good 4 candidate, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
a great 4 candidate. He is a great 4 candidate.
So that leaves you with 2.
all right. Who's our 2?
Steve Smith.
Okay.
That's
a solid 2.
Well, and he's number 2, so perfect.
I was afraid that it was going to be Derek Anderson because
I thought about Derek
San
Anderson,
Antonio
and I was like,
wasn't
I'm
great.
not going to do LaMarcus Aldridge. That's too easy.
I
So-
thought you were going to be a son of a bitch and hit us with like a Josh Primo right at the end or something like that. And we were just going to be
thought
like,
about it, but I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Did he sign with the Blazers? Has he been a Blazer?
oh
Yeah,
no,
he
I wait. I thought he had been a Blazer and a Clipper.
I know
think
he
he was
was
a
been
Blazer,
a
too.
Clipper, but I didn't know about the Blazers stint. I don't think he
Okay.
ever actually played for the
No.
Clippers big league.
No, he never
team.
did. He
No.
never got there.
But that's okay. I like that
Yeah.
Spurs Blazers blind ranking. I thoroughly
More
enjoyed
to
that.
come. More
Yes.
to come.
Yeah, we absolutely need to be doing more of
I'm
those.
gonna come.
I actually have a small little game myself called Obscure Spurs Nicknames. Shall we dive in?
Let's do it.
Yes,
This should be
I
fun.
feel like I'm do well.
Okay, let's all right. Some of these are wild and some of these I'm just going to kind of just for educational purposes, I'm just going to kind of just be saying these, but some of these I'm going to ask you in question form. Okay, so this Spur played 8 seasons, 2010 to 2018. Icy hot.
Danny Green.
Danny Green. There you go.
Why was he called Icy Hot?
I have no idea. But all of these nicknames are provided by Basketball Reference. So all of these are on the basketball are on their Basketball Reference page.
Do they have Mr. Club Rio on there?
I don't know. I don't think they do. But they need
I would have
to.
known that was Danny Green. If you said Mr. Club Rio, I'd be like Danny Green.
What was Malik Rose's nickname?
Oh, I used to know this.
Wasn't like no, see, this was when we had better nicknames, so it's not something stupid like Rosebud or Rose Petal or something like that.
No, his nickname is Shack of the Knack.
Because of the Marinac?
Yes. Who on our roster is currently nicknamed Lunch Lady?
Harrison Barnes?
Kelly Olynyk.
It's Kelly Olynyk.
That would make sense.
What's Harrison Barnes' nickname?
My wife says I look like Kelly Olynyk. I'm going to tell her about that nickname.
What's Harrison Barnes' nickname?
Oh, God. All I know is HB. Is it something stupid like the Chief? No, that's Robert Parrish.
The Robert Parrish catching strays over here.
No, I'm sorry. That's a good nickname for a player like that. It'd be a silly nickname for Harrison Barnes.
Sillier than his nickname, Black Falcon?
Excuse
Okay,
me.
I want to know the backstory. I want to know the backstory there.
Are we
It's
playing
on
Call of Duty?
It's on Basketball Reference. Take it up with Basketball Reference.
I'm interested. I have questions.
Which
I have a lot of questions too.
I have yes, I have multiple questions. Which Spur big man in the early 2000s nickname is the Dinosaur?
Rasho?
No, but
Will Purdue?
no. We actually bring his name up a shocking amount of times for how little he played for us.
It's not. Is it Menge Batir?
It is Menge Batir. Bam! Dinosaur.
We talk about him way too much, don't we?
And
he played like 10 games. He was on
Dude,
the
but every
roster
time
for
he
like
came
half
in,
a
he just
season.
chunked threes, dog, and that was the best part. He was like, just touch
The
ball,
Mongolian
automatic shot.
monster.
bro, his only nickname on Basketball Reference, Dinosaur. I love it.
Dude, we might need to do a Mingber tier like episode once a week. To be honest with you, talk about his Mongolian time.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we could bring it up and title it Mongolian Beef. I love it. What was
I can't think of a nickname that goes with Ulaanbaatar, but you know, it's right there on the tip of my head, on the tip of my tongue.
I think we could make something work. We're creative guys over here. I'm gonna bring up one of the more head scratching nicknames. Which Spurs player is the 17-foot assassin?
And that's not Wemby.
No,
Was it LaMarcus?
no, it's not LaMarcus. But he played.
I like where your head's at, though, AJ.
He played for us around the time LaMarcus did.
Is it Powell?
DeMar?
No, it wasn't. It was a guy that used to also frustrate us in the West and then end up becoming a Spur later on in his career.
It's a lot of those, Rob.
You're okay. He used to frustrate us when he used to play with Chris Paul.
Oh, David
West.
David West, the 17-foot assassin.
I forget about the year he spent with us.
Yes.
And then
indeed.
he left and won a championship, motherfucker.
Absolutely. And then I mean a couple other nicknames I just have to talk about. Just like James Silas, Captain Late. I think that's a dope nickname. Honestly, the nickname that made me laugh the most was Thaddeus Young, Thagic Johnson. I died laughing. So
that's great.
Whoever had that and Kurt Thomas Crazy Eyes.
I called Kurt Thomas Crazy Eyes Kurt all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean he was Crazy Eyes and Dirty Kurt apparently.
We need to get back good nicknames, man.
Yeah,
bro,
our nicknames now suck.
Dude, you know who like doing all these nickname deep dives who had some of the best nicknames and who honestly it just felt like they were roasting him at this point was Drew Gooden. One of his nicknames was Rasheed Wallace.
Jesus. That's dirty. That's dirt.
Rasheed Wallace.
His hair was dirty.
Bro, like what are we doing? That is a fantastic nickname. That almost made me spit out water.
Does Dylan Harper have a nickname?
I don't know. I think he's just too young.
Should we give him one? Can we give him one? I got one in my head. I got one.
All right. Wait, what do you got?
Y'all ready for this?
What do you got? What do you got?
Throb.
Harp Throb? Dude, it could be Harpy Eagle. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know. There's something there. I like
the
it.
Eagle with the Eli. Harpy oh fucking no, man. I'm not about this.
I'll come up with one. You don't like Harp Throb? That's a good one.
No, I do. But you know what? There's
I'm gonna put on Basketball Reference.
Kid, the Heartbreak Kid.
You know what? Let's
Kid. Oh yeah,
dude, the Heartbreak.
Dude, that's
Kid.
actually no, James, you get that. That's the winner because it's San Antonio and it's Shawn Michaels.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, it's you nailed it.
Well, I think
Heartbreak Kid.
I think we need to let like Twitter decide
Ooh.
this or something like that, and we need to kind of just send this out into social media and see who thinks the
Dude, James,
that nickname would
Heartbreak
win.
Kid,
Let's see if we
buddy.
can. Let's see if we can make something stick.
Dude,
I like it.
We're making that stick. I'm
The
telling
Heartbreak
everybody,
Kid.
Heartbreak Kid. Dude, James,
who can Photoshop his face onto Shawn Michaels' body?
I can figure it out.
No,
Yeah, I was about to
you
say,
gotta- you
it'll
gotta
be done
have
this evening.
Shawn Michaels doing the flex, and then Wemby as the background.
Oh, I was gonna do the championship Playgirl photo shoot.
with nothing but the belt.
Oh my goodness.
Could you imagine if I actually did that?
Cheeks apart as Mike Concho.
It's Mike Honcho. Oh my goodness. That's
Dude, nicknames. Yeah, yes. All right, dope. I'm glad we can. I'm glad we can still be creative with it.
Oh yeah, there's so many good nicknames, and this is something I want to touch on again because there was incredible nicknames back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Players that played for the Chaparrals, like nicknames that literally were jaw dropping. So I want to touch on those in future segments. So we'll definitely come back to this and
It's like
chat about that.
Admiral's a great
Everybody
nickname.
has a nickname.
Oh yeah,
Dude, Admiral is a great nickname.
oh yeah, yeah.
What
Like
was Sean Elliott's.
The Ninja, the Roach.
Yep.
yeah, there was the kidney. No, I was kidding. God damn it.
Jesus.
Sorry,
the food review.
That was
food
a kidney
review.
shot. Yeah.
Jesus. What are we gonna do with you, Rob?
I don't know.
You and Bookie been hanging out too long.
I don't hang out with Bookie ever. I've never hung out with Bookie. But guys,
Y'all feeling dunky?
yeah, I was about to say I almost want to I do want to do dunks, but I also want to do some thanks because it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I do
Ooh.
want to just kind of talk about, some stuff we want to be thankful for as well. So, but I don't want to take away the dunks. So are we feeling dunky, guys?
Feeling thankful and dunky, right?
Yeah,
James.
those aren't mutually exclusive.
What do we want first? Do we want thankfulness? Do we want dunkiness?
Let's dunk and then thanks.
Okay, so I'm just gonna dunk just generally on college football, just because it's really drunk right now. There's multiple things. The committee, which just kind of goes by whatever they want to do week to week, and it changes. And then there's the whole Lane Kiffin thing going on right now, where I'm like partly convinced that he's just going to walk out of the tunnel in in an LSU shirt on Saturday or wherever they play. I think it's at Oklahoma. I think he's just going to walk out of a tunnel there in some LSU shirt, and people are just going to be like, "By God, that's Lane Kiffin's music." and it's like all of this whole thing where like Ole Miss is giving him some deadline for some game, and they like if he leaves, they might even miss the playoff, and that's a one loss. That's a pretty good team, and so like we're doing all of this over a coach who's never won a conference championship, never been to a playoff, never sniffed a playoff, and is most known for the different creative ways that he's been fired. I'm not saying he's a bad coach because he's a pretty good coach, but when we think of Lane Kiffin, we think of Al Davis roasting him at a press conference, him getting fired on the tarmac at USC, him leaving Tennessee for USC looking like he was about to walk off a cliff when he was thinking about the decision. So like
it's controversy.
This whole thing feels very LeBron James decision 2010, and I think there's only one person on the planet that could be like, you know what, that was a good idea, I want to do that.
Nico Harrison.
It's Lane Kiffin. And just the college football playoff committee, I have so many gripes with, but just the way they change their criteria from year to year, week to week, put on this charade of a television show for really no reason other than to get us talking. It's it's infuriating. It's infuriating. I could go much more granular than that, but just the whole sport is a little drunk right now. And for that, I'm going to dunk on that.
We're at that point too. And James, we're at that point too, where like coaches are leaving and players aren't playing in the games, and we're at that point now where it's what happened last year, but it's going to be 10 times worse because everyone's going to do it. So how many of these kids that work their ass off all year are going to skip the bowl game and
Well,
they're
North
going to put their
Texas,
team in a weird position? Like it's going to be, it's that time and it's going to piss me off.
North Texas might be in the playoff, and their coach just left for a 1-win Oklahoma State team. Now, that's obviously a
Right.
job you have to take if you're the coach at North Texas, but still, like,
Yeah, I mean, you're going to the higher dollar, and that's what we're seeing in sport
the bigger
more.
program. And
Yeah.
Players,
And
coaches, everybody.
yeah, and you can't really blame people for just going for the best opportunity, but it also just creates a Wild West like atmosphere.
It's the only sport in the world where we do a beauty contest, and that actually matters.
Yep. I miss the good old days of the BCS where style points mattered and you'd have like these games that were 80 to like 3.
Well,
Like
but
that was a fun time.
But like and this is the last thing I'll say. If I was a Miami fan, I'd be pulling my hair out because it's like we
You live in
beat Notre
Miami.
Dame. We beat Notre Dame, and yet we cannot get ranked ahead of this team. Like, why even play the game?
Yeah,
That's a good point.
yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, Notre Dame beat Boise State, which is a great segue to my dunk, actually.
There you go.
I'm interested.
So I would like to dunk on Sean Goodwin of the Idaho Statesman. Mr. Sean Goodman. I'm assuming they're Mr. Actually, Sean Goodman.
Yes.
My bad.
Amen.
He has BYU ranked ahead of Texas Tech in his AP poll or whatever he writes for. He has a vote in the AP poll, and he has BYU ranked one thing higher than Texas Tech. I don't know if he knows or saw, but Tech beat BYU, and therefore you should be ranked higher. To James's point, why play the game?
Right.
And that's just one AP voter. Imagine the whole committee telling you that.
Yeah, that just sounds like lazy journalism.
Sure is. So, Sean Goodwin, you're gonna watch this podcast, I bet.
Been yammed on.
You
tweeted at him.
You got yammed on, Sean. I mean,
I think our Spurs numbers are huge in Boise, Idaho.
What else are you gonna fucking do in Boise, Idaho?
It's actually our second biggest state. No, I'm just kidding.
Rob, what do you got?
I'm gonna dunk on Stranger Things. Season 5.
Topical.
Yeah, season 5 just came out today, and I'm not gonna lie, this show and the way that it's progressed it's frustrated me so much because they started creating this show in, I think, like late 2014, and here we are late 2025, and it's just on season 5, and yet it's been able to retain a huge fan base even though it's a mid show. And so like I'm like, is it an okay show? Sure, but it shouldn't be the second highest watched show on Netflix, over the course of its history. It's like I think season 4 literally is the second highest season of anything on Netflix. And so I just think that it gets grossly overrated and gassed up way too much. And I've been seeing so much hype and build up for season 5, and I just couldn't give a fuck less about it, even though they're just being like, this is the biggest thing we've ever produced and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not hating on the show, and I'm not hating on the Duffer Brothers. I'm not hating on any of that. It's just like, I just don't care. You came out with 5 seasons in 11 years and expected me to care. It's like, I just don't.
Yeah.
Justice for Mindhunter.
I've never watched Stranger Things, Rob. So are they getting older in the series, or are they staying the same age?
Yes, they do. Yes. They're getting older. So it's like, they're like, I mean, to be honest, I didn't really give a shit about season 4, so I didn't watch it. But I watched the first 3 seasons, and they just lost me because they just took too long to tell not enough story. And in my opinion, you could have done this in a 12 episode miniseries way back, several years ago, knock it out and
Yeah,
yeah, and tell all this and not drag it on. But
dude.
hey, money, right?
Isn't that the worst
Every other
thing where
commercial
you're
on TV is a Stranger Things related commercial.
for
Yeah.
sure? Isn't that the worst thing where you're into a show and you're like, man, this show's awesome. Everyone should watch it, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to like the 5th, 6th season or, even the 4th season. You're like, this is just lazy writing. Like, this is just lazy writing. Well, what's going to happen? Oh, of course that happens. Like, it just gets, I don't know. People just don't try at that point, or maybe they just don't know what to think about. But I'm watching Tulsa King right now, and like Tulsa King's great show. Season 1 and 2, fantastic. I think we're on season 3 or maybe 4. I don't know. But the recent one, like they're just they're like doing organized crime, but they're like flashing wads of cash and like showcasing their guns like out in just the open. And it's like, dude, if a DE agent was just like monitoring your situation, you're
Man,
going
Tulsa
straight
got
to
a
jail.
lot more
dog.
going
Like,
on than I
what are we
thought.
doing?
Right. You're cooked.
Yeah, like and Sylvester Stallone's like, and
When I think of Tulsa, I think of guys like Sly Stallone.
you got to watch the show to understand, James.
But yeah,
You know what Tulsa
I mean,
spelled backwards is, right?
I can't think like that right now.
Slut.
A slut. But yeah, I had to dunk on Stranger Things. Like that's just
Good dunk.
it's
Worthy.
everywhere, and it's a mid show. But yeah, those are some good dunks. But it's also Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I know we usually thank everyone for watching the podcast and for engaging with the clips, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're watching it. We really thank you and appreciate you. But it's also Thanksgiving, so I want to add an additional layer of thanks and just ask you guys, what are you guys thankful for this year?
AJ, you want to go?
Sure. So this year's been pretty tough, not gonna lie. This year I'm thankful for all of my family, all of my friends. It's been hard summer, and this is the first Thanksgiving without a couple of loved ones for our family, and it's going to be a lot different this year. But with you guys, with the people nearby, with all the fans and stuff like that, it's been a lot of fun. It's going to be a good gateway to kind of get out of my shell and talk to some people for sure. So I'm very thankful for the people around me in the circle, and I'm most thankful for my wife. So that's who I'm thankful for, and Jacob Rodriguez.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess I will go. As y'all know, I became a father this year. So I am just incredibly thankful for my amazing wife who not only puts up with me, but puts up with an actual child now. In addition to my childlike behavior. So I'm incredibly thankful for everything that they have given me. Not saying I love Jacob Rodriguez more than my child, but it's close. But no. Just on a serious note, I'm so incredibly thankful for everything that I've been blessed with this year and the opportunity to do this show, of course, but just mainly under the roof of this house. It's been a pretty special year. So just, yeah, a lot to be thankful for this year.
I love to hear that.
If your son had a mustache, would you love him just like a little more?
We'll get there one day. We'll get there. I can't even grow a full mustache in. 33.
He honestly may show you up in that front.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, what are you thankful for?
I think I gotta follow suit. I'm incredibly thankful for my wife. I was, just became married in September earlier this year. You guys were at my wedding and celebrating with me, and that was a whole lot of fun. But yeah, I have to be very thankful for for Mara and my wife. She's so loving and supportive of everything I do. So yeah, life would not be the same without her. So definitely thankful for her, but also thankful for all of the time I get to spend with you, and get to chat up here, and all the stuff we have planned for the future of the show. And I'm just very, very thankful that this is an outlet where we can just kind of get together and still talk year in and year out. And just very thankful for all of that, and all the creative opportunities for that people keep bringing me on for. So yeah, just a lot to be thankful for, and got some Spurs basketball to be thankful for as well. So
And Rob, who else are you thankful for? We all have to say it.
Jacob Rodriguez, excuse me. Yes. Our Lord and Savior Jacob Rodriguez. Yeah. But absolutely, there's a lot to be thankful for, and
For
especially if you're here watching the show, if you've been a listener for one episode, or you've listened to more than 100 episodes, we appreciate you, and we wish you and your loved ones a happy Thanksgiving, whether it's been a great year or it's been a really, really hard year. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims.
No, I'm definitely sending you guys that tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. But guys, we have a Spurs game to watch here in 3 minutes time. We are tipping off against the Portland Trailblazers. So let's get ready to watch that, and let's get off here and end this episode the same way we end all episodes. And that's with a go, a Spurs, a go.
Happy